can't do it.
Well, guys,
Yeah, like
let's get started.
spit pre-workout in my mouth, kind of.
Oh,
I have
you have
no
a shot.
idea what's going
Yeah,
on. Let's fucking go.
that's a way to start it. Welcome everyone to another episode of the podcast. Oh God, that
That
was
might be
dumb.
my new one.
Hold on. It stopped
And so did you.
and then it kept going. Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back everyone to another
Right.
episode of the
That's
podcast. Where we pull back the curtain,
Was that Pascal?
use them insight
Yes.
what goes on behind the scenes.
You're a
Here, bar and
gentleman
restaurant.
that's
I like to call that the industry perspective.
Yes.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Your camera's over here. Mine's over there.
Oh, that's bad. I'm aware. Looking over there. Okay. All right, cool.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Don't break the
What's
fourth
up,
wall.
motherfuckers?
Yeah.
No break.
Welcome back to X, of course,
Oh, it's been a
man.
minute.
Nice to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be
But we also have a very special guest, Mr. Robert Martinez, joining us today. So welcome him to the pod, man. Thank you for coming on.
Applause.
Whenever we have a new guest on, we like to just give them the opportunity to tell everybody about themselves. The fans already know X if they've been watching for a while.
Let's hope
So let's talk about you, man. Like,
Man,
who are you? What do you do? How long you done it?
not
in that order.
Probably about 20 years. We can go let's go 3, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
things I've done, things I'm doing, things I want to do, and then what interests, likes and dislikes. I don't know. I think I really like to set a stage because I can really talk about like a lot of stuff. But things I have done that I'm fairly proud about. Last year, me and a couple of people that were around me, and I can't take sole responsibility for this because there was some really dope people that like pushed us all collectively as a community, raised about $500,000 for the bar community in the form of grants to relieve fire stuff.
Oh, nice.
We also raised a ton of money for anti-ice stuff, and then every year over the last 5 years, we've built out progressively our USBG chapter, which is the U.S. Bartenders Guild for Southern California, and raised probably more than $50,000 in emergency grant money for bartenders. That's stuff like
awesome.
I've already done.
That's cool.
I think titles I hold are probably I'm USBG president for Southern California the last 4 or 5 years. I'm on our national education committee as the vice president. I'm on our advocacy committee, and then locally in downtown Los Angeles, I'm on our neighborhood council as a board member, and then I'm also on our government liaison committee as a co-chair. That just means whatever the local LA government hands down to us, we figure out how to deploy whatever it is they give to us to the community. And then things I want to do, lots of stuff I want to do. I want to figure out how to deploy healthcare across USBG to every single bartender in the United States. I want locally to create conditions on ULA, which is the mansion tax, because I think it's getting in the way of development, but also it gets in the way of our safety because that means that there's no development in the historic core of downtown. What else do I really want to do? I want to create a preferred vendors list for downtown LA spaces that make sure that the money and contracts are given to bars in downtown, because if you're going to come to downtown and use our resources, I think the money should stay here and then give money to our local bars and also employ bartenders in our neighborhood so that the money just stays here. And then likes and dislikes, I don't know, that are arbitrary and divisive. I think a dirty martini should be shook because brine is juice. I think that I don't want vermouth in my dirty martini ever. What industry dislikes? Oh, one super pet peeve that I really hate and is a big red flag for me, that somebody is I'm a bartender. If you seal your fucking tins on the rail, you're not a bartender. That's bullshit. Anybody that knows how to actually bartend and was classically trained and is a good cocktail bartender takes that tin and then puts it on the rail right between your well alcohol and the well, and then you seal it down there because it's quieter, and then also you don't bend that shit and cost the bar a couple $1,000 years down the road because that shit's hard to repair. And that's a weird dislike.
That's fair.
I totally use the rail at my bar because that shit's made out of metal.
I do that.
Yeah.
It's spoiled. I'm spoiled to do that.
I've seen
Before
some
this
really
place,
enforced ones.
I've seen people that do it on the grade itself, and I'm like,
no.
They're
That's
like,
so insane.
Yeah.
No.
you're doing like you're gonna bend it. Stop.
Yeah.
That's why I like where I work now because it has like it sucks for the guests sometimes because we have this big metal bar.
Yeah.
But for me behind the bar, I can just do whatever the fuck I want, and so I'm very spoiled. I will admit I am very spoiled.
I will say that, given between our two locations, that noise isn't gonna bother them because there's loud ass fucking music behind them, so they'll be the fuck okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Depending where you work. You work at a high-end restaurant where it's very minimal noise. Of course, you don't want to fucking be banging that shit right there. You want to find another way to make sure there's a proper seal on there. But at a club, I don't think that's gonna matter. Or a venue that plays music very loudly. Okay.
I mean,
Could you imagine somebody's like, "Hey, I didn't hear the lyrics and saw you bang your fucking thing on the grate."
no.
What's mad at you? Club, there's like 50 people behind them. You know what?
They're all just
No one can hear shit.
Where's the fucking head?
I used to work at a venue, and I used to just take the soda gun and put my finger on it and spray the entire crowd. Like nobody gives a fuck in that environment. Like it's hard to paint with broad strokes in bartending because so many environments are so different. And honestly, like that's as somebody who's taught people how to bartend over and over again, I'm like, that's what I try to impart. I'm like, fine dining and high-end cocktail bar is different than like dive bar and music venue, and you need to know how to do it all if you're going to work in those environments. Because I've definitely been in environments where like people don't know how to drop the hammer, and they only know one pace, and I'm like, we are losing money.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Oh, I don't want to say hate, but the people that only know one speed,
It should be a track.
they're the ones that should not be during the rush. They should be the people that should be the ones that slow because you know people who are all speed. And it's slow, like they move at that pace, no matter what. However, their cocktails were perfect every single time. Like there was never anything sense about it. They knew their shit, but it's just like they couldn't slow anything that's weird. And I was like, it was wonderful. Just a little bit.
Next thing, next move. Yeah.
They did it. Wonderful bartender, but speed wasn't the.
Nando, you okay?
I'm just freaking out about this light that blinking. I didn't want to interrupt the conversation.
You want to pause?
Yeah. So okay, thank you guys.
Get assassinated 2 days later.
The audio wasn't connected while it was blinking like that, so it's a good thing we stopped.
I mean, I love that. I love that comedian that just goes like, "Tell me a conspiracy theory you believe in," and it's just like, I don't expect you to believe in every conspiracy theory, but you don't believe in one.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
I like that. And we're back. Where were you guys on the conversation before I had to go fix that?
Filling
You
on
talking about people
rail,
not having
volume,
more than one speed.
bartending.
Broad strokes across all bars. I think is where you last went.
Oh yeah, I'm like, it's hard for you to actually like paint with broad strokes across like any sort of technique. A fine dining, like high-end cocktail bartender that's obsessed with figure is different than like fucking volume, venue, you name it, kind of a dive bar even. And I've worked in a lot of like medium spaces where it's like dive bar, but like you can get a good drink. And I love that. I love to be able to make people a decent drink, but also at the same time, when we're 3 deep, just be like, "What do you want?" Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's where I live.
I love telling people like, we want.
Yeah.
No, okay.
And then
Next.
when they know, that's awesome too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of that.
Knowing what you want to drink is my love language.
Dude, I think that's also kind of like why James Bond is so fucking sexy, right? What can I get you, sir? Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. Oh, you know, like when you give somebody a direct order like that, that's a complex
James
order. But also like the martini orders are probably one of the most personal things you can actually get from somebody because there's so many steps, and they're just like, I don't know what your guys' is, but I'm like, dirty vodka martini, no vermouth, make it skate olives, and they're just like, cool. But like, you got to have that direct communication with certain orders, and that's not everything. Yeah.
I'm not that sophisticated.
You don't have to be.
Yeah.
No one's, if you're not a martini drinker, nobody's gonna
Right. Exactly.
grill you on your order.
But it is nice when someone knows what they want that specifically. That is really dope.
What is it?
Bond has never said, like you said, he's never been like, let me look at the menu.
Right. Yeah.
He's never
Is
said
the
what's
vodka
good here. What's
Like,
good here?
right? He would fucking never.
What vodka do you? He just says vodka.
I mean, it's a room full of dudes, but like also at the same time, like that you're talking about somebody who's portrayed hyper masculine,
Yeah.
and the hyper masculine man knows what he wants to order.
That's
I'm just
so
going to
they
say
say.
that. You know, the hyper masculine may be toxically masculine, but yeah, that's the thing. What was? I mean, the inverse of this conversation is a really great question, though. What is the stupid trash drink you ordered all the time before you ordered anything? You got your rum and coke?
Yeah, just simple,
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, I ordered surfers on acid and redheaded sluts, and I ordered 22-ounce Newcastles. That's my confession. Yeah.
I would say either. Damn, when I first started drinking, anything that was like just fruity and sweet. I don't think I had a specific one.
Right. Like a sex on the beach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that. And then I was like, I don't want to do that no more. The Jack and Cokes now. Like, well, that's not a step better. We're still right there. So, but hey, I thought it was better. And then eventually I grew up and I'm like, I'll just do shots. Let me put a little soda water in there.
Yeah.
I never had
Yeah.
that phase. I never really had that phase of ordering the trash drinks at the bar. Like during the years where I first started drinking, I would mostly drink at parties and at home.
That was fun.
I never liked this because I was never
thought
a
it
Red
was
Bull
cool.
fan.
I thought it was cool.
And I never liked Long Island's. I wasn't necessarily a sweet drink guy. I never really have been.
I didn't like Long Island's or
AMFs or
yeah.
anything. Yeah, I didn't like any of those. So I would drink a lot at home and at parties and at cookouts. You know, we're in Phoenix. And then once I got to my late 20s, I started riding motorcycles like, right around late 20s. So then I'm constantly drinking beer because that's what you drink when you're riding motorcycles, you're on the road. So then it was beer and whiskey straight or whatever. And then I started bartending around the same time. So I just drink straight shots then too. I've never really been the sweet drink guy. I've never been the college drinky guy.
Definitely the college drink. God damn.
Yeah.
The amount of shitty shit I drank. The
Shitty
shittiest shit. I'm talking like the fucking vodka in the plastic handles.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Fucking
Natty
Light.
Light, Bush Light,
to pop
anything
off.
light had it.
Yeah.
Pop off.
What else are you going to
Pop
drink
off,
when you're playing
Stoli.
beer pong?
Yeah, no,
come on.
man, like even Admiral Nelson, anything that was in a plastic container and it was a handle, probably drink it.
This shit is convenient as hell.
I just love that the plastic part was first.
The plastic was like that's how you know like
It
how
adds to
shitty.
the
Yeah.
flavor.
Fucking Everclear,
Jesus.
Everclear soda,
That was
and
one of my first drinks, actually.
those water enhancers,
Yeah.
those Mio energies,
Oh
or
my
whatever.
God.
That Everclear soda water,
That's what
you
you
pour
got.
nothing that in there, you don't fucking taste Everclear, and that was the
Yeah.
worst part.
That was rough.
It was just doing stupid shit. I will say, even though I wasn't heavy on the super sweet drinks for a long time, I was the bartender that was obsessed with making concoctions and sweet things, and for
Yes.
some fucking reason, I don't
That-
know why.
Yeah.
I was very much like, oh, this is cool. I want to do that. Like, I remember I had this orange creamsicle, like, milkshake kind of deal at Red Robin, and it had like some kind of orange liqueur, had Blue Moon in there, whatever, vanilla. It was all these flavors, but it tastes so fun. It tastes just like a orange creamsicle fucking ice cream, like on stick
Yeah.
or whatever. And I was obsessed with recreating that, and I could never fucking get it down.
Dude,
It just-
back in the day,
it was just
the
chasing
cla-
that dragon, bro.
The
To this day.
classic that was like that was called a Harvey Wallbanger, I believe,
Oh man.
with a little bit of Galliano and
Yeah.
had, like orange
Oh,
liqueur.
God.
with
You
orange
gotta
juice.
swirl the bottle.
But it tasted that way. It tasted
Yeah.
like that. It was weird.
Yeah.
Um,
Dude, I haven't seen a bottle of Galliano in
a while. You usually have
Almost
that
a
old dusty
decade.
bottle.
Yeah, almost a decade.
Making fun shots in my early 20s was what I was really into, like B-52s, blowjob shots, brain hemorrhages,
Yeah.
layer shots. That's what I was into. Now as an adult, I'm like, when people ask me, well, what's a fun shot? That's fun.
The next
You-
one.
And when people ask me that, I'm like, damn, should have met me in my 20s. I would have
Yeah.
done something crazy for you. Now I'm just like
What was the first time you poured a green tea shot?
21, 22, I think.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
How many years ago?
10.
Oh,
10,
damn.
11,
Okay, all
10,
right.
11 years ago.
Because I
yeah.
think I hadn't poured one until like 5 or 6 years ago, and I went to South Carolina, and then somebody was just like, we were going to a bar, and they were like, check this out, get us 2 green tea shots. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Because it's not, to me, it's not an LA thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it came from Phoenix. As
Oh,
far
really?
as getting to LA.
Yeah.
Because that's when we were both in
Yeah.
Phoenix. When we met, that was 10 years ago.
Oh,
Green tea
That's
shots
when
were
I
big.
was, they were big
Their
in
green tea
Phoenix.
shots were big. That's why I learned
Huge
what a
in
green tea
Phoenix.
shot was.
So I think they migrated over to Phoenix and then migrated to LA from Phoenix.
Do you know a spaghetti is from Maryland?
No.
Yeah. So you know what a spaghetti is? It's a high life. You pour a little bit out, and then you top it off with Aperol.
Oh.
It's like a little like poor man's
Yeah.
Aperol spritz.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
I like High Life.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love a good High Life, man. I love a good High Life. Shout out to Garage Beer as well.
Yeah.
We're looking for sponsors.
We are looking.
Hit us up.
No days wasted. What's up, goddammit, motherfuckers?
So what do you guys want to talk about? I could talk about like a ton of
You're the
stuff.
guest. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about what you want to talk about. This is your time to shine.
I got so many things. So many
Golden
things.
narrative.
Advocacy, huge advocacy guy. When it comes down to bartenders in Los Angeles, I want to raise as much money as possible for emergency grants. We don't have any
Definitely
social
need that.
net.
You know
and-
what? Sorry, that reminds me because you were speaking earlier about that and stuff with like the council. I'm still mad at our fucking mayor owes us a check for closing us down in downtown for like a week for the curfew lockdown, whatever, that nobody abided by yet. I lost almost a week and a half of pay,
Yeah.
and I had to scramble and ask family to like, hey, I didn't make any fucking money, and like, sorry, the mayor owes us fucking money for that week. That week.
I can't tell you what the mayor is going to do, but I can tell you what Isabel has done. Isabel Jurado, who presides over CD14, has allocated $3,000 as an emergency grant one time for 200 times. And the cutoff for that grant was actually March 14th, and they only actually had 25 applicants. So what I would love to do, and I launched my own like Google Forms sheet at the time, and I was just like, have you lost a shift in downtown? And I have a list of like over 100 bartenders. Say, hey, guess what, business owners? We took care of you, but now all this other money, if they could give it to USBG and we can bifurcate our grant allocation program, I would love to take that money and give it directly to bartenders who filled out that form already at the time, because I have a whole list of them. Because it went around and I was just trying to figure out how to take care of folks at the time, and a lot of people shared the Google form, and so I have.
Oh, wait,
that-
I think I added my name to that shit too.
Probably.
Yeah.
It was going around.
It was a Google Doc. I definitely put my name on something. That sounds right around that.
I mean, I had a couple friends that definitely messaged me. It was just like, who's getting my information? And I'm like, it's mine, dude. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking up something.
But I'm passionate about that. I think if we're going to signal to the rest of the world that downtown is ready for global events like the World Cup, like the Olympics, we need to have free Narcan training and distribution. We need to have all of the people here actually to get free training when it comes to gender sensitivity and also like sexual harassment. Like we need to turn.
Yeah, definitely big on the sexual harassment.
I mean, we need to signal to the rest of the world that we are a global city, and that's the way that we get more global money.
That's true.
You can, if we tell everybody basically through our actions that we will take care of you better than anywhere else in the world, then people will come here purposefully.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's cheaper somewhere else. They'll come here because they know they're taken care of.
Yeah.
And so like that's my angle.
We
That's
could get to the pre-pandemic downtown that I hear so much about.
I mean not just that, but better than. Like if every bar and restaurant had Narcan, if every bar and restaurant, was sensitive to gender pronouns and queer issues and
Had
like
had testing kits for their drinks too, like shit like that.
Yes.
I don't think there's too many bars that
There aren't. There aren't.
Isn't that a thing that was supposed to be mandated too? Like,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
the
Well,
city supposed to hand it out to
a lot of bars got them when they had to have them at that time, but didn't always specify where they're supposed to be. Make sure everyone knows where they're supposed to be. Make sure everyone knows that it's supposed to be fully stocked. So then it gets scattered to the wind, because if it's just tucked in an office or tucked behind a bar or tucked away, eventually you don't. It's like you don't have it because you have no idea where it is.
and a biggest part of this is also enforcement.
Yeah.
Right. So like I talk about this with people all the time about like safety in our neighborhoods and how whenever we want another thing that's kind of like safety oriented, the LAPD is just like, well, defund the police, give us another $1 billion. And I'm just like, no offense, but hospitality has never needed the police, because every time I call the police in hospitality, they don't show up for like an hour and a half later.
Yeah.
An hour.
They don't show up for shit.
Money.
And I'm just like, yo, dude, like, what are you here to do? Pick up the bodies? Like, I don't think anybody in hospitality is pro-police. What we would rather have is like well-lit environments outside, well-lit parking lots, like even maybe a couple cameras. I know that seems surveillance statey, but like whatever we can do to not depend on LAPD, I think it's become very clear that they don't really take care of us.
They don't do
like,
shit.
Like
And I'll tell you, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I'll tell you from firsthand experience at my bar, because we're right across the street from Skid Row. I've seen my boss like try to wave them down because some homeless person or whatever was either tripping out crazy or starting shit. Police are driving by, he's trying to wave them down. Just drive right by.
yeah.
Drive right by. People have shattered his windows on his business, and the dude would be, and he's got to come down. He's defending himself and his property. Dude's across the street, taunting him or whatever, and saying he's gonna do something back. But if he defends himself, then
Now you're
gonna get in
liable.
trouble. Like,
Right.
So it's like, so are you guys gonna help, or what is our money going to? I see them driving by as somebody is setting a fire or tripping out or whatever. They just drive by. So it's like, I get it. They may not be patrons of our bar, but that's still in our neighborhood, and that's not a good look. And also, hey, fucking don't wait till it's escalated to do something.
Yeah.
Prevent it. Why are you guys always acting after the fact? Why are you
Reactive, not proactive.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you
Something
not?
has to be on fire for them to actually perform that duty.
Shit, the fire's got to go out because they're not firefighters. They don't get paid for that. So
Right.
yeah, they're gonna wait till the fire's already out.
I mean, I don't know, dude. When it comes down to it, I look at LAPD people like, cool, dude, you peaked in high school. You don't care about any of your communities. And also, like, you don't live here. Because if you lived here, you'd have ownership, right?
100%.
And I think that's a big part of, like, this podcast, but also, like, being in hospitality is taking over ownership of hospitality beyond the bar, right? Like, my hospitality doesn't end at this bar. It's, I know you. You're a regular. Oh, my God. When I'm out there and I see you at another bar, I'm like, what's up, dude? Fucking high five. Good to see you.
Yep.
Want to do a shot? Like, let's hang out.
Yeah.
Right? Like, no one in the LAPD that I've met in downtown has that relationship with the community where they're actually there to take care of themselves with the community. And I think that's such a weird phenomenon, because if you look at like gang culture, and I'm not here to glamorize gangs, but also at the same time, like, gangs existed because they could not rely on the enforcement structure of the state to actually give services to their communities. And if anything, like, what ended up happening in the early state was like a officer would pick up a person in a colored community, beat a confession out of them, and then be like, problem solved.
Yeah.
And so gangs started existing because they're like, no, we're going to solve our own shit. And then, you know what? If you do need that relationship, we're going to act as an intermediary and be like, no, you don't need to fucking do that. We have the guy already. We know who fucking did it.
Yeah.
Here's the guy. And so like, you know, I don't think that the LAPD has done a good service to any of their communities because they don't live here. They're not invested. And I could see that every day when I'm walking out on the street because I can't give you the full name of any LAPD officer that actually presides over our neighborhood. Right?
Agreed.
You know one?
No.
Yeah, they're not here. They're just not here.
LAPD is the whole reason why the song "Fuck the Police" exists.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're being, come on.
I haven't heard a lot yet.
I mean,
There's not a song called "Fuck the Fire Department."
yeah.
No,
Right.
Never. Why?
Not a single one.
Dude. And I mean, as a political figure and somebody who actually like serves the hospitality industry, I tell people this all the time. I'm like, our only relationship with law enforcement and hospitality is when they come in with vice to try to bust us to serve people that are underage.
It's reactive.
That's my whole relationship. My whole relation. And when I call them, I have a problem. They're like, we're busy. We'll be there in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you want to win us over,
Well, I have a gun. How about now?
do better. They still don't show up.
No.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
I have a gun pointed at somebody right now.
Yeah.
Escalate that shit.
It's rough, dude.
It is.
It's really rough.
100%.
It is really rough.
I really want them to do better. And I think that there's this weird cult of personality where like criticizing them is like not accepted because we just want them on our side. And I'm like, then just do better. They're like, we're under recruiting. We don't have officers. I'm like, then do better. Like
Do
people,
your fucking job.
people will want to actually be an officer of the law if it doesn't seem like such a shitty job.
Yeah.
And now everybody, you've turned society against you.
Yep.
And nobody wants to be that.
Except for the worst.
Yeah. I mean,
Or
even recently, right?
Yeah.
So to give you a little like weird context, recently, the person that is the, I don't know, sheriff or whatever the fuck you want to call him, he's this Irish guy that has been elected the head of the LAPD. He's like, we've gotten so little money, we will not train any more officers. And he said it this way, but it's a political stance. So what the city council of Los Angeles realized that the two biggest line items in the LA budget were LAPD expenditures and then the litigation for LAPD expenditures. So in other words, when an LAPD officer is out there and he just like clubs somebody over the head and there's a settlement, that is literally like 70% of the LA budget. Nobody likes to talk about this because they're basically extortionate.
I think I heard about something like that.
So the head of the police department came out and was just like, well, you know, we don't have enough money, so we're not hiring any more officers. But nobody understands the political ramifications of that. So the city council said, we're not giving you any more overtime. So that's his tactic to go, we're not hiring enough officers to cover shifts, so now you have to guarantee us overtime. And similarly, when it comes to all these protests about like Trump and no kings and all these things in downtown, the reason why the LAPD agitates the crowd, because I will firmly take this stance and say that crowd is very peaceful, and they are not violent.
Seen it firsthand.
The LAPD agitates the crowd because one of the few circumstances that the LAPD can justify overtime is when it turns into a violent protest. You've literally given them an incentive to agitate the crowd.
Yep.
They do it on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. I think people.
that's why they wait until the end of the night to agitate the crowd.
Totally.
So
they
an
don't do it at the
environment was
beginning.
created for the LAPD in which they feel the need to entice the crowd for their own incentives.
Incentives. The incentives are literally set up that way. They're like, oh, you want to cut our overtime? When can we get overtime? And they're like, these narrow circumstances, we'll do them.
That does not surprise me at all.
Yeah. I mean, they are their own gang.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Breaking
100%.
news: fish found in water.
100%. Breaking news: water's wet.
That might stir something.
It's all a grift, man. It's all a grift at the end of the day.
I don't know. We're all targets now, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
and targets.
If they kill us, this is why I broke the fourth wall.
Then a target, sir.
I was a guest here. I'm not involved.
I was talking. I don't know him. First day I met him. Yeah.
Oh man.
Shit.
Well, let's talk about something a little bit happier.
Yeah, actually,
To close.
I do
like
have
not
something.
to close it,
Not-
but
yeah,
you
no,
know,
no, I got it.
I want at least 10 more minutes of
something,
happiness.
something little like you just gotta. For those that couldn't see it, it says it's the meme with the dog. You guys know which one I'm talking about. How the bartender was looking at Jesus when he turned everybody's free water into wine.
Yo, bro, calm
That's
down.
funny. We just found out we're no longer giving out water cups.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
we have
oh
to
my
pour
God.
the water now, which I don't have a problem with. But we need more glassware. Before you promise things, I think you should check your stock. That's all I'm saying. Stop promising shit and you haven't looked at your inventory yet. God damn it.
I did look at the stock and I noticed that it was low. It was pointed out. I'm like, man, that's you got like eight.
I mean, I'm
rocks
just
glasses
saying,
there, man.
If you're gonna sit here and be like, we're not that kind of establishment,
Oh,
then we can't be that kind of establishment.
can I guide the conversation a little bit?
Yes, please.
How much time do we have left?
However long.
Okay. Can we talk about the idea of gatekeeping around bar awards? James Beard. So James Beard is, man, if you've ever watched anything about Julia Child and James Beard interacting, like he's a golden human being. He's amazing. Queer man. I think that a lot of times it takes knowing what it feels like to be discriminated against or a member of a class that's discriminated against to really champion that class. And James Beard was a queer man in San Francisco, but before they had their revolution. So I think that they've always like strided to take care of each other this way and given voices to people that are more than that. Now, if we're really talking about like whiteness, I believe top 50, the initial board founding members, and the entire board is white.
Yeah, of course.
But I will say this. My biggest criticism of a lot of those award things is that it's really kind of gatekept by 200 to 300 bartenders that come out of like New York. And when I say from Los Angeles, I mean grew up here. There's been some people that have won awards.
Yeah.
There have been some people that have been nominated for awards. Some bars that have been nominated for awards. Sure, in those bars, there's people that grew up here. But like, nobody has taken a Tales Award home, in my opinion, and I'm welcome to be proved wrong, that was actually from Los Angeles. And so like best bartender of the year, best cocktail bar, who's leading the program, best legacy bar, all these things, like top 50 comes into town. They're like, these are top 50. And I'm like, cool, man. How many of these people in charge of top 50 programs are actually from Los Angeles that you just nominated from Los Angeles? And that's a big criticism of mine, because I am from Los Angeles and I want to champion our people here, especially if you're running a Hispanic and Latin spirits program and you're not Hispanic and Latin, right? Like we just ran into this program, problem with you, right? Like we were both at that activation with Bacardi where it was a cojito. A cojito.
God.
I was waiting for you to.
I was waiting for a break. I was waiting for a break.
And it was literally just like, yo, dude, who
Yeah.
makes the best cojito in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Bacardi, a brand that's produced in
Yeah.
Puerto Rico.
And this,
and
Bacardi's not even. It's technically Cuban.
it is
It's
Cuban, yeah, but still, like they should be aware. And
They should.
and
be
then
aware.
every judge on that panel, not a single one was Puerto Rican. And then every competitor, not a single one was Puerto Rican. And
there
I'm
was
like,
only one entry that used an actual coquito recipe from a Puerto Rican.
right.
And it was the homie that I forget his name, but he won the People's Award, People's Vote or whatever. That's the guy I voted for.
But that's how I feel about my own culture, because I have a like ownership of Los Angeles, and I'm just like, dude, I want to champion Los Angeles as much as I possibly can. And I'm like, dude, if you're gonna create an award around the idea of championing my people, then I'm gonna be like, are you really doing my people, or are you just giving an award to the next bartender that comes here from New York? because like I'm sad about that.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like a lot of those people are my friends, and I love them, and they do great work. But like at the same time, I want to see my team really win.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like if the first year the Lakers brought LeBron on, they won a fucking championship, and it'd be like, but that's not really us. Like the last time we won was when Kobe was here, and Kobe came out here out of high school. Like that was a real LA award because he's like that's our guy.
Yeah.
And then we kind of traded and spent money to win. It's different. You know what I mean?
Buying a championship is
Pay
different.
to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay to win.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Dodgers.
Oh, don't get me started on Mark Walter, dude. Oh my God.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, no, that everything you're saying definitely hits because, yeah, I felt some type of way with the whole Pulvito thing, and I was just like, I'm sure they're all wonderful people, wonderful bartenders, but at the end of the day, I don't care how many trips you take to Puerto Rico, how much time you spend, it doesn't matter. You're gonna miss that key ingredient, not being of the culture. Same thing with LA. Like, yeah, you can come here and spend all this time, all these years, but you weren't born and raised here. You don't know what it's like to be. I don't know what it's like to be born and raised in LA. I hear a lot about it, and I'm like, that's dope. But I don't know what it's like to go to Elko Park when you're a kid, or go to like all these places that have changed over time. Like I see what it is now. When people tell me how it was before, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Wish I would have seen that. Wish it was still that. But like, I don't know what that's like. Just like these judges and these entrants and contestants were like, yeah, I'm gonna do this spin on Covito and do this kind of thing. I'm like,
I need you to say this with your chest. Right now, you're saying it with your stomach. I need you to say it with your chest because I need them to hear you. All right.
yeah, it's basically the same shit with like, yeah, like you're doing this cool little spin on something, but you don't know the history of that cocktail. Like, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The sugar that you're using in that cocktail, your coquito inspired thing, that comes from the Caribbean. That comes from sugar crop in Puerto Rico, where our ancestors were making 4 cents a week to chop that up, blood, sweat, and tears. You know, like Domino Foods, was created in Puerto Rico as a collective of different other sugar refineries. So, which is, I'm sure, what every bar in this area uses, either Domino Foods or something else, but it's all owned by that conglomerate. Like that's Puerto Rican sugar. Like that's what that is. And you're using this and putting a spin on. Like, nah, man, I'm sorry, you don't get to do that and sell it off. And I'm sorry, you as the judge, you don't get to decide whose is better and then who gets to go to the next round to go to Puerto Rico. That's not your decision. Nothing against you personally. You just do not get to decide based off of where that sugar came from and how it traveled and how it got here. And that was off the blood, sweat, and tears of our people, our ancestors, our forefathers that were paid cents for 60 hours of work. So
I totally agree.
I feel the same way, and
I
totally
I
agree.
definitely felt some type of way about that. And like, nothing against Bacardi, nothing against them. It's like, just do better. There's people. They're here. The people are here. You just spend a little extra money on that budget that you're gonna write off at the end of the year. Do some research and get the right people on board.
Yeah.
You know? I don't need to be a 20-year vet in cocktail making to know, like, because I was telling you, like, about like different kinds of coconut milk or coconut cream, what tastes better, coquito, and I'm breaking it down to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, what did you say? Something about Scarface, like how you were breaking it down.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I don't need to know cocktails to know like this coquito is gonna taste better with this, in my opinion. But that's a whole thing. So yeah, you just gotta you miss that key ingredient, which is being of that culture, being born and raised into it. So if you don't have that, I'm sorry, you're just a tourist at the end of the day, and you can't pass judgment or decide.
I've said this before, but like when it comes down to it, like colonialism never died.
Nope.
It just took a different form, which was like more purely capital.
Adapted.
Yeah.
And so what the capitalists did was they became less statehood and then just came into areas and exploited them and took all the resources they could and then like rebranded it and diluted it and then sold it back to everybody else. And that's the same exact thing you saw with tequila. That's the same thing you're seeing with mezcal now.
Mm-hmm.
And then even locally, like I would say that's the biggest thing you're seeing across the Southwest, where you see, tequila and mezcal programs which is tequila and mezcal that is owned by folks that are not Mexican.
Yeah, they're not Mexican.
And they're bringing it to market, thinking that they have a capital advantage, selling it to us. They have a ton of money behind it, and then they're selling it into bars and restaurants that are like the forefront of like trailblazing tastemakers in these neighborhoods. And then none of the people that are actually bar directors or bar managers or making in control of those programs are actually Mexican. And I'm like, you're literally
Gem and Bolt was one of them.
you're a colonialist right now, because what you're doing is you're taking your money, extracting a resource, diluting it, selling it back to our own culture as a premium product, and then
Premium.
and then presenting it that way and then making a killing. Like, you're making a margin here on my whole culture. And you just said you're like 7 cents in the field. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Same thing. Like, everybody in Oaxaca down there, you think they're making money? Maybe a little bit of money, a little more than they did, but not all the money we're making over here.
No,
and then same thing with tequila. That's been happening since forever, since they classified it as mixto and then brought it back. And then you're seeing the new stuff with Bacanora, Sotol, Rancia, Bosch, all the other stuff, right? And so it just seems like this race to find the new quote-unquote authentic thing that they can monetize. And then what they do is they take it, monetize it, dilute it, sell it back to us, and then we're like, this isn't even the thing that we know anymore.
Yeah.
This ain't it. This really ain't it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it before. I'll say it again. By the end of the year, you're gonna see Coquito and Erewhon.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna see it in Erewhon.
I mean, I run a really dope pop-up with my buddy Kyle Rue, and he does back bar project for LA. He's an Irish dude from New Bedford. And he has this website and consultancy group called Son of a Fisherman, because his dad was a fisherman. And he grew up in New Bedford, where like 90% of the population was like all Portuguese. So he has this like more worldly view of everything. And he during the pandemic, he started writing this book called Booze Without Borders. And we started this pop-up called Weary Travelers. And it was all just about like the crazy stuff you've never heard of from every country. So we've done Lubnug, we've done Abomori, we've done Arak, we've done Japanese shochu, which he's been an ambassador for like a bit, and like basically all the really cool stuff from around the world that you've actually never heard of that is 100% authentic. We do a pop-up around that, and then we'll show it to you. And so like the it's usually like 1 or 2 flights where it's like, here's like a really terrible one because a lot of it's like gasoline, and then here's how to use it in a cocktail, and then here's like a really elevated one because a lot of it's actually really good, right? So like Lubnug, Papa J's is fantastic. Arak has a brand that's out there that's incredible, like the best anise flavored like liqueur you've ever tasted. Awamori, one distinctly tastes like funky mushroom, which is delicious. Pusheen, if you've never had Pusheen, like really good Pusheen out of Ireland is also like a rebellious statement because the crown came in and they shut down all the Irish distilleries, and Ireland basically like created this underground movement of like fuck you to the crown, and we're like gonna produce our own spirits. And so they created this white dog called Pusheen, and a lot of it tastes like just fresh bread. It's really delicious. But I think that we have to take back a lot of this stuff, and I think that
Gotta gatekeep some of it. Gotta gatekeep a little bit. A little bit of gatekeeping is
You
good.
don't want to use those same tactics, but I mean, I understand.
yeah,
I understand.
we have to acknowledge what's good, and I think that you saw the CRT really like come out against that idea when they started going against zero additives.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, dude, like I really want to know what's good out there. Like I know, like I can taste it when I drink Fortaleza and Ocho, but like if you don't let me put a stamp on a product that's zero additive, then you're so capitalist. You're really just diluting the category to the point where I don't know where I'm getting it anymore.
Yeah.
And I know Grover from fucking Tequila Matchmaker, and we're gonna have him do like a whole seminar online. But I'm just like, you can't just make everything Casamigos in 818, dude. We know we can taste it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
career bartenders can taste what
Yeah.
is wrong.
Yeah.
And I know that's a really uncomfortable conversation, divisive, but like you can taste
Not for
it.
us.
Yeah.
Not for
Yeah,
us.
no,
We
not
don't
for
like
us.
Casamigos.
No, we don't. I was literally here last night. I was here last night, and Brandon poured something from on the back bar, and he's like, "Oh, I haven't opened this yet." And then as soon as we took a sip, he's like, "Okay, I'm not gonna have that again."
Yeah.
You can taste it from
Oh,
the moment it hit our tongue.
Same thing. Have you had the Fortaleza Steel Strength?
I've not.
No, but I'm curious to do it.
Yeah.
I've had some Venezuelan rum, Diplomatico. I've had the still. Remember, because I did the thing at the shoot some year ago.
Oh yeah.
The master distiller there.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, they brought in the master
That was
distiller
so
there
much fun.
from Diplomatico. And
Diplo's got some incredible marks.
I love it. We had the still strength, and I'm like, oh,
I think rum is some of the most underrated juice that's actually out there on the market. I'm good friends with a dude named Brian Inman. He goes by the Rum Champion, and he will like curate some stuff for you. If you want to look him up ever, check it out. He's got some really cool stuff. But also to kind of like unapologetically plug my friend's own brand. I, being more cocktail focused, I really, really love Smith and Cross, and I love Ray and Nephew, and I love funky Jamaican marks, which means it's like open air, like fermented dunder pit stuff. And then I learned through my friend that many of these marks are actually resold from what do you call it? Why am I blanking? Worthy Park. So Worthy Park is responsible for like Hamilton's Funky Jamaican, Dr. Bird's, Smith and Cross. Like if you like some of these brands that are like so complex and deep and like have some barrel on them that are like amazing to mix with, what you really like is actually Worthy Park. Yeah. Like
Did not know that.
if you're familiar with Jamaican rum, like if you have, and if I can room you, right? Like there's that scene in Once Upon a Time in Mexico where like what's his name? Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah.
Johnny Depp's there having the conversation with Antonio Banderas,
Yeah.
and he goes, "My job is to create balance. I order this dish wherever I go. And this dish is better here than anywhere I've ever gone. So at the end of our meal, yeah. And he goes, I'm gonna go back there. I'm gonna kill the fucking cook.
Yeah.
But like, if you drink Worthy Park, it's like that. I'm gonna kill the fucking cook moment because you're like, I can't drink anything else anymore.
Yeah.
Because this is so fucking good. Their single estate is like the most insane thing ever. It's really good. Wow. Yeah. I don't drone on about a lot of things, but I think it's like rum is so diverse. It's like finding your favorite vodka, right? Because vodka is like another vodka, like another vodka, like another vodka for the most part. Me and my buddy used to joke about how it's the most dissimilar brand with the highest brand loyalty. But like rum is so diverse and it's such a like broad paint spectrum. To find your favorite, the Worthy Park single estate, it'll ruin you.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll be that moment, like on your deathbed when you're like ready to die and you're like, I let her get away. Like that's Worthy Park.
Goddamn.
Penny a picture for sure.
Goddamn.
I'm not kidding. It's good juice.
All right.
I will keep an eye out for that. I have not had that yet. Unless there's another topic you want to go with, we always like to ask everyone their red flags while they're up here.
Red flags for what?
So red flags for guests and red flags for coworkers. I know you don't really work guest forward as much anymore, but you've got plenty of time, so.
Yeah, I got them. You guys go first. No,
We always
go
ask
first?
again. Yeah, we already done ours. Like me. Man. Oh, my red flag last week with the guest was this guy. I couldn't tell if he was joking or not because he was so disrespectful. I assumed it had to be a joke. And that was a major red flag.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. So it was one of those kind of deals. That was me last week. What about for you? Like, do you have any, like,
I don't know.
something like that?
Here's the thing. I feel like you've gotten a lot of stuff. Like the standard stuff for me is always just kind of like, oh, I'm looking at your shoes. in downtown, I feel like we look at shoes, whether or not I can. You don't feel like you look at shoes?
No.
Yeah, I feel like I look at shoes a lot. I'm like, if this is a homeless person or
That part I do understand.
Okay.
Working the door sometimes, bar backing and whatnot. For me, the shoe thing, yes, but luggage, like just stuff in general.
Yeah.
Why do you have stuff?
Why do you have
Came here to
stuff?
drink?
Why do you have things?
You got a book bag. You got some. Your other bags got wheels. Got a dog. Like, what are we doing?
Oh my god, yeah.
What are we doing? I need to know.
You could have dropped some of this off that.
Something. Like, I got a hotel across the street, bro.
Yeah,
why would you
yeah.
come here?
Yeah.
The hotel, get comfortable, come back.
The dogs I understand if it's a dog friendly bar.
Yeah.
The dogs I get as long as like, you know,
But you're
it's
bringing like
well-behaved.
your whole life.
Yeah.
Your dog.
But if you bring the whole life for sure.
Yeah.
And definitely don't open up your dog food at the bar either.
Oh. Thankfully, I haven't had that happen in a very long time.
I'll give you a red flag. Anytime somebody asks me or ever brings up the price of anything, it's like,
So how much is it for like a?
no. When they say like, damn, that's a lot for, I don't.
When they bring it up.
Yeah, after the
Yeah,
fact.
I got you.
Let me.
Like, damn, bro, it costs this much for a wine?
You say no
Yes.
after the fact, after they paid, and like, it's how much? That's crazy. Why is it? It costs cheaper. I don't set the price.
That has
Or
nothing to do
Oh, when
with
they try to compare for different locations, like,
I
bro,
don't,
it's
set, yeah,
not.
I'm like, I don't set the price. Or they try to. I'm like, I don't set the price.
Yeah.
I just work. I'm just the bartender. What do you? I talk to the owner. You already paid. You already drank it. I don't set the
It's the
price.
same shit.
Yeah.
Get mad at,
$30 for this,
get
like,
mad at
yeah.
the cook for the price of the food after you ate it.
Yeah, like $30 for this. Exactly. Yeah, I know. Why the fuck did you pick that? I don't fucking know. Oh, it's not about money. Then why are we having this conversation?
You know what I love? I love certain stupid conversations where I give people more rope to hang themselves with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we all know, right? So like, it's a different question. Like, what's the worst red flag versus like, what's a medium red flag? And now I'm gonna tell you. Oh yeah, tell me more, right? Like one thing. If men ever come into my bar and they're like, "Hey, where all the ladies at?" I'm like, "Oh my god,
Fucking vulture.
yeah." I'm like, let me really lean into this. I don't know. They get here later, you know. I'm like, let's stick around, you know. Like,
Have a few more drinks, he'll be here.
yeah. I'm gonna fuck with people so bad if you give me some stupid shit like that. If you
Yeah.
ever ask certain stupid questions in a
Oh,
bar,
bro, it's gay night. Come on now.
It's men's night.
yeah.
Do you guys have a bathroom here? Nope. You actually just piss in
No, yeah, we got a bucket.
I still use that one every once in a while. I tell people I go in the corner.
I had to hold myself
Designated
back.
corners.
Yeah.
I had to hold myself sometimes when people say or people ask me, "Do you have tequila?" No, we're the only bar in the West Coast that's close to Mexico that does
Never
not
had
carry
tequila.
tequila. Nope, we don't have tequila.
Like, we just ran out.
Even rum bars have tequila still,
Yeah.
especially in Los Angeles. No, we're just the only bar in Los Angeles that decided to not carry tequila, even though we're not far from the border.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, full disclosure though, like men, as a man, as a representative of men, we're mostly autistic sometimes. I was running a lesbian bar like years ago, and a good friend of mine that was like a brand guy came in, and it was one of our most popular lesbian nights. Like just room full of lesbian. He comes in and he's just like, "Rob, what's up?" And he's like, "Hi," and he nuzzles up to the bar and I pour shots across the bar, and we take a shot, and he just looks at me. He's just like, "Yeah, huh?" And I'm like, "What's up?" And he goes, "Lots of girls." And I go, "Lesbian bar," and then he just looks around and just goes, "Oh."
My security guard at my bar told me we had a lesbian party last week.
Yeah.
Almost the exact same scenario. It's a bunch of women in there, whatever, and these and obviously you can't discriminate people from entering no matter what. So these two guys come in, right? And he said the look on their face they had as they walked in, they saw it was all women, they were just like, Like they're about to clean up. They're about to clean house or whatever. So they're just
Nah, bro, you're gonna catch elbows. You don't know.
and just the way they were going around and this and that. One of the girls that was throwing the party was like looking at them weird, and then went to go tell them like, "Hey, you guys are being fucking weird and this and that." And they were like, "Oh, we're just trying to, talk to some girls, this and that." And she was like, "They're all gay."
All
They're like,
Yeah.
"Even you?" She was like, "Yeah, even me."
especially me.
So like, you guys are being weird. You gotta go and this and that. But they came in with that. Oh shit! It's two of us and it's all
Damn.
girls. Yeah,
We just
Birdman hands
came
and
up.
everything.
Yeah,
They just
yeah.
right. It's like, no, buddy, no. Y'all are playing on the exact same team.
There used to be in WeHo above the Abbey. There used to be this one little venue called the Here Lounge. They used to have a lesbian club called the Truck Stop. And I used to live with a lesbian couple, and so I'd go there right after work, and we'd hang out, and I'd invite friends over and whatever. And I think that I don't know at the time for some reason I was gay passing, and so nobody fucked with me. They're just like, "Oh, he's gay or whatever." But this other friend of mine, not really gay passing, and maybe I'm not gay passing now, so I'm not selling it. But he was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the restroom," and then he comes back from the restroom. He just like got white face, like just like
Oh God.
fuck, and I'm just like, "What's up, dude?" He's just like. This like squad of lesbians rolled on me, dog. I didn't know what to do. I come back from the restroom and they're like, "What are you doing here?"
Came in the wrong part of town.
Yeah.
On another note,
We're sharks and you're a jet, dog.
with my experience with
Oh my
lesbians,
God.
they make great wingmen.
Oh, for sure.
Great
Yeah.
wingmen.
Oh my god.
Very supportive.
My lesbian friends are the dopest.
Yeah.
They're the fucking most amazing. Yeah, honestly, like, I don't think the nonprofit space and like people that really care about people, if you really like get into those spaces, right? Like, so if you're talking about another rally, or like restaurants who care, or CORE, which is children's restaurants employees, or the United States Bartenders Guild, or any nonprofit that professes to give a shit about society, you're going to look at organizations, and I'm just spitballing, I don't know for sure, but like 50% of those organizations are typically queer. Like, queer people care in a way that is not the way the rest of society cares for some reason. There's this global empathy that exists intercommunity, and maybe it's because they've faced their own discrimination. But I see it over and over again. Every organization, I'm like, where can I build allyship? And I'm like, oh, y'all gay over here. I'm like, hell yeah, I've got your back. But like, I as much as this is talking shit, I'm not talking shit. I just think it's funny of the nuance. But like, dude, if we didn't have queer people, like, man, this world would be a very different place, and it would be worse for it.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, I don't think there's a better note to end on than that. No, I don't have anything more profound to say. That was pretty. I mean,
Empathy's the shit.
yeah. But that's it. That's the last one. So thank you again, Rob, for coming on, and thank you to everyone out there for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe, and cheers to Steph. Cheers to Steph.
Cheers.